Happy Monday. Here we go
Happy
with
Monday.
another 5-10 minutes worth of testimonies regarding our amazing product and
Testimony at 10.
testimonies at 10. So, Elka, why don't you lead us off?
Okay, I want to talk. It's not really a testimony for
Oh,
one,
well, let me start
but
out with
no,
a
no,
testimony.
I'm
Okay.
starting. So, because when people with severe issues sometimes, or even in general, it can happen that when you use the product, that maybe a situation with the skin, or even an autoimmune, or some type of inflammation, it can get worse, and people freak out. But think about it, it's a detox process. So
Yeah.
sometimes we say, okay, back off, depend, and that's why it's such a custom product. You can really customize it for your needs. And you talk with the person that is helping you. And often we do, say, okay, take smaller doses 2, 3 times a day, or lay off just a little bit. Just depends on what it is. So I want to just really say how powerful this is, because your cells know what they need to do. And when they get the right nutrition, sometimes they need to get rid of stuff. And that sometimes means more acne, more itching, or something. And I really wanted to share that because we get that not too much, but it can happen.
MSM is abbreviation for a very long technical medical
Mineral.
whatever mineral. No, not mineral.
Oh, no, no.
Supplement.
Yep.
MSM. It's really important for the body. It does so many things. It's not only going to help you with the pain, but the main reason is it's the most powerful detox you can get. And again, it's very difficult for the body to absorb if you're just taking an MSM supplement on its own. But with our product, in fact, the Ageless actually has a little bit more MSM in it than the CILI Swish CBD does. But when you take these, because the nanosizing, the aquaceutical nanotechnology, what the MSM is doing is it's pushing out the toxins, and it's making room for even more of the good stuff, to include oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
And so that detoxing can make you sleepy over in the initial few days
Good
of taking
point.
this product.
Yes.
So that has been something we have noticed, that people are like, oh, I'm so tired. Most people feel energy, but
Mm-hmm.
people that haven't done a detox or have a lot of toxins in their system may notice a little fatigue.
And you know what?
And that's totally normal.
Also, people who maybe have not taken any supplements.
Ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they have a sometimes stronger reaction in that way. So,
exactly. Boy,
yeah,
that was really
that's
good,
actually
Elka.
really
I'm so
interesting.
glad you led off with that.
Yes, see?
Okay, so now I'm going to share a pet testimony. We've got probably thousands of pet testimonies, even though these products are not designed for pets. And also, I'll just throw out, they're not FDA approved, because the FDA does not get into approving supplements. And CILI By Design products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or mitigate any illness or disease. That being said, a lot of people, especially over there in Europe, are using it with their pets. In fact, our first $1 million earner, um, he didn't want to have anything to do with these products. And like Elko was giving another example, but Davide, he's the highest ranking member in our company, a C11, which is pretty powerful. He
Okay.
did not want to have anything to do with this. He had a long history in Herbalife. He's like, okay, here just comes along another one. So he gave it to his dog. His friend Daniel sent it to him, and he goes, yeah, right. Well, I'm not going to take this. So he gives it to his dog, and in like 2, 3 days, all of a sudden his dog is springing around and happy and running, and Davide's like, what the heck? So Davide started taking it, and as they say, the rest is
Now he's
history.
springing
Now
around.
he's springing around. He's very happy.
Oh, yeah.
He's very, very happy.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyhow, here is a pet testimony. It just showed up today. Originally, this person came for a food test for her 10-year-old Staffordshire Terrier, who was in pretty bad shape. The dog suffers from arthritis and spondylosis, as well as hypothyroidism. Oh my gosh, poor thing. Managed it with medication. None of the food or supplements the owner had brought worked, not even the gut treatment from the vet. At the time, the dog wasn't eating at all and was extremely lethargic. I always test CILI as part of the process, and so far it has worked for every dog. We found a suitable food for her, and after just 2 days, she perked up. looked forward to walks again, and eagerly ate her food. About a week after the food switch, the owner cautiously started with CILI Swish. Since the dog had been on pain meds for a while, concerned about detoxing, after about a week, she gave her 1 milliliter. That's a fifth. So this is measured serving is 5 milliliters in this cap. So it'd be a fifth of a full serving. She became overly energetic. First thought she probably needs a new thyroid med dosage. The team partner took the initiative and reduced the thyroid meds by half. The dog calmed down and was totally balanced again. This Friday, she has a vet appointment for blood work to check thyroid levels. Interestingly, at a prior vet visit before starting CILI, the vet had already been amazed at her improvement just from switching to synthetic and herb-free food. Now we're all curious to see the thyroid results. I almost suspect she might not even need the meds anymore. And I will throw in for the humans, okay, this is a dog, and we all love our dogs, right? We'll spend more money on our dogs sometimes than ourselves. But even with the humans, the thyroid is a big issue where these products have really helped people.
Yep, it's pretty amazing.
All right,
And
Elka.
they say too, with the food, they switch the food. It's just the dog feels better. So for us, right? Look at all the processed food. I mean, it's amazing when you walk through Costco or other big stores where you buy all the box stuff. It really is crazy what humankind
Who in the world
is
would ever
consuming.
put a Pop-Tart into their body? I mean, just think about all those chemicals in there. I still like my chocolate Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, but it is interesting, and it is, our lives are busy, so how can we help our bodies? First of all, that information, education, learning, how can we change and then support our body with our products? It's
That's right.
pretty cool. I want to add something on. It's something it just came across for me, and I'm like, very interesting to actually support your fasting. These products, all of them, are very supportive because when you fast, you might go through a little detox, you might feel a little tired, and all of these products are really helpful because think about when you fast, it's about the calorie and the digestion, but there's also something happening on a cellular and hormonal level, and these products will support that, and especially with the minerals because you're not eating any food, but you use our ageless and our CILI Swish and all the sprays, especially the trim. When you fast in the beginning, you might, have these hanger pains. This really helps. So to support you in your fast. So very, very powerful.
Yep. Here's another one. Elka mentioned last week about teeth and the gums and all that. Well, here's a lady that had her wisdom tooth pulled. All right. Something she had put off for years. She was always able to keep inflammation at bay with Relief and Serenity. Relief, this spray, and Serenity, this spray, along with the Swish CBD and the Swish Ageless. But now the time had come to get it over with. The tooth root was deeply embedded, causing a hole into the sinus during extraction. The dentist chose not to stitch, saying healing could take weeks to months. After the extraction, I had to be careful not to get any fluid into the hole and avoiding rinsing at first, using Relief and Serenity topically instead. After a few days, I gently let Swish and Ageless wash over the area. At my 1.5 week checkup, the dentist was surprised at how fast it had healed. Not surprising at all. You give the... Action needed. Check your internet connection. Hopefully you guys still got us. Okay. It's not surprising because, again, what we're doing... Oh, I see it jumping around. What we're doing is getting the nutrition